Hello and welcome to Advice with Ben. Today I'll be discussing panic attacks. Panic attacks basically happen when your brain decides to be an asshole, making you feel bad and like you're going to die. Except whereas with death you get a nice big funeral and some pretty flowers, with a panic attack you often just end up sweaty and embarrassed. Panic attacks initially developed from the fight or flight response we needed as cavemen and cavewomen. This response would basically decide if you should fight a woolly mammoth or run away from a woolly mammoth. Although this kind of binary response was very helpful in prehistoric times, it's less helpful nowadays when it's generally frowned upon to try and fight someone when you're stressed in a job interview. Panic attacks can affect anyone, from the youngest in society through to the very oldest. They often begin as a teenager, because apparently puberty doesn't give you enough to worry about as it is. Panic attacks can often make you feel sick, and I don't mean in the cool way young people use the word. Common symptoms include sweating abnormally, uncontrollable shaking of body parts, and an intense sense of claustrophobia. They can make you feel very nauseous and dizzy, kind of like if you're on a roller coaster, except you're not on a roller coaster, you're actually just freaking out in the queue at Costa while ordering a hot chocolate. They often develop from stressful situations. Contrary to what comic books say, if you witness your parents being murdered in front of you at a young age, it's unlikely you'll become Batman, and you'll probably just develop a panic disorder. And it doesn't have to be that extreme. Maybe you failed an exam recently, or perhaps you watched on as your girlfriend of 4 years cheated on you with the pool boy. You know, all completely relatable, stressful experiences. It's believed it can be hereditary across multiple generations because apparently family gatherings just aren't stressful enough. Sometimes they simply happen due to a chemical imbalance of neurotransmitters in your brain. Or your mind could be possessed by a demon, but this is the least likely of the options, and therapy is usually recommended before an exorcism. Panic attacks are not particularly enjoyable, so it's important to try and deal with them. Taking antidepressants can help manage them, for example. It can also help to try and practice mindfulness, which can be done by meditating, doing yoga, and reading Zen Buddhist quotes on Reddit. And even if these don't help, be reassured that you're not alone. Every year, roughly 11% of Americans experience a panic attack, so hey, maybe we can all meet up and freak out together. Doesn't that sound nice? If this video was vaguely helpful at all, I'd appreciate if you'd consider subscribing. If it didn't help, subscribing is still the polite thing to do.